everybody, it's Miss Marie, and today for story time we are going to be learning about the pond, what goes on over the pond, what goes on under the pond, and who lives in the pond or around the pond. So we're going to have some fun stories today. We have Dimity Duck by Jane Yolen and Sebastian Brown, and Over and Under the Pond by Kate Messner and Christopher Neal. And I think we have some great songs as well that you're going to enjoy. So please stick around for our day at the pond. Okay, so for the first book today for our pond story time, I would like to read to you Over and Under in the Pond by Kate Messner and illustrated by Christopher Silas Neal. You can see the end papers have these lovely little minnows on them. I think that's what they're, I'm not sure what those fish are, but. And this book is published by Chronicle Books. And this book could almost be a nonfiction book or informational book. It's kind of in between a story and information. And I love those kind of books. They're perfect for story time. So what do we see over the pond and what do we see under the pond? Let's find out. Over the pond we slide, splashing through lily pads, sweeping through reeds. You can see the boat. The water is a mirror reflecting the sky, sunshine and clouds, then shadow below. What's down there, I ask. Under the pond, Mom says. I see a fish through there, and I see their reflections too. What's under the pond? Mom replies, under the pond is a whole hidden world of minnows and crayfish, turtles and bullfrogs. We're paddling over them now. Oh, and this is a great picture because it's from underneath. And you can see the bottom of the boat here, and then you can see the bottom of the fish and turtles here. And that's definitely a fish. That is, I'm not sure, maybe a crayfish. No, not a crayfish. Catfish. I think maybe it's a catfish. And I see a frog from underneath. Over the pond, we skim past tall rushes, whirligig beetles loop and twirl, skaters on a warm summer surface. Under the pond, minnows dart through waving forests of grass, while a brook trout lurks ready to lunge. And so there they are above the water on the pond, and under the pond, all this is going on. Over the pond, we lift and dip and pull past a row of painted turtles on a waterlogged tree. 1, 2, 3. They slip off and away. Splash, gurgle, sploosh under the pond. So here they go. And as they go past the turtles jump in. I see some ducks over here too. Over the pond, cattails rustle and shush in the wind. Listen close. Cook-la-ray! Red-winged blackbirds race by. One has grass for her nest. Under the pond, a caddisfly larva builds a home of her own, a secret shelter of pebbles and sand. I guess that's what that is right now. The larva of a bug hiding in the land. Over the pond, the shadows of trees lean out from the shore. We coast under a low-hanging branch. A moose looks up with a mouthful of water lilies. We've interrupted his lunch. We don't have moose around here, but up north they do, further north than here. Under the pond, beavers dive deep. They pump with powerful tails and rise to the surface with delectable roots from the mud. And that is a beaver. They're above water sometimes and below the water sometimes. Over the pond, the wind gives us a push and stirs the light dappled leaves on the shore. There, on a branch, a new goldfinch teeters, finally ready to fly. Do you see this little baby bird up here? Getting ready to leave its nest. Under the pond, tadpoles are changing, learning to hop. They're losing tails, growing legs, growing up. And there is a tadpole changing into a frog. It happens this quickly. Over the pond, there at the shore, tall and silent and still, a great blue heron stares down into the deep. It tenses, taking one long-legged step. What's it gonna do? I've seen herons around here just the other day. I saw one on the river. And it strikes. Oh, it's gonna get itself a minnow, huh? It catches a wiggling quicksilver minnow from where it was hiding under the pond. And that's the face of the heron going into the water to get a fish. Over the pond we drift, heads tipped up to the sun. A woodpecker clings to a teetering pine, digging for ants. Oh, this is a nice image too. It's from above the trees, looking down, and that's why we see this woodpecker going tat 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 tat, tat into the tree. And we can see the tops of the heads of the people in the boats. In the boat. Under the pond, an otter claws for freshwater mussels. Yes, and there are freshwater seashell fish, and that's what this otter is going for. We don't have otters really around here either. I haven't seen any. In the zoos, they have them though. Again, they're probably further north. Over the pond, a sleepy dragonfly lands for a rest. His spindly legs tickle my knee. Do you see the dragonfly on his knee? We're going to be doing a dragonfly craft later. Under the pond, dragonfly larvae watch what swims by. They catch minnows in monster-fast jaws. And that's before the dragonfly can fly. It's living under the water. Over the pond, the shadows stretch. Ospreys circle on quiet wings. Raccoons and mink stalk the shorelines for supper. Under the pond, with a flip of a tail, a crayfish disappears in the dark. There it is, getting away from a hungry raccoon, the crayfish. Lots of activity down the pond, even in nighttime. Over the pond, we head for home. We glide, swish, bump, right up to the shore as a far-off loon calls goodnight. The sky turns from sunset to dusk to dark. Night settles over the pond. The prowling catfish and drowsy turtles, the scuttling crayfish and tadpoles turn to frogs, wading herons and stalking raccoons. So even at night, I see more dragonflies too. And even at night, see the lights are on in the house, so it's nighttime. There's still a lot of activity. Here's that loon. And the hidden world under the pond. So night is falling and the world under the pond is getting darker and darker. And that is the end. And at the end of the book, there's lots of notes about the types of animals that you would have seen in this book. So it makes a fun, interesting read for anybody who wants to learn more. And that's the end. Over and Under the Pond. I really like that book. There's another book by this author. I think it's, oh yeah, Over and Under in the Snow, Up in the Garden and Down in the Dirt. So a couple of those over and under type books that they do. I like that. All right, now that was a book that had some fun information in it. This next book is just pure fun. Has fun language, fun pictures. It's called Dimity Duck, and it's by Jane Yolen, and the illustrations are by Sebastian Braun. And you can see beautiful, colorful illustrations. And some shiny ducky yellow on the end papers. Dimity Duck is published by Philomel Books. I'm going to move a little closer so you can see. And it has so many fun words, so if you want to repeat any of them, please say them with me. Dimity Duck waddles. She toddles out of bed. Niddy noddy goes her tail, and quack goes her head. She's getting herself ready for the morning. She brushes all her feathers, as gold as new mown hay, then smiles into her mirror. It's time to start the day. Where's she gonna go? Where is she off to, Dimity Duck? Dimity Duck waddles. She toddles off to eat. Wiggle waggle goes her tail, and pump go her feet. I bet she does wiggle and waggle a lot. She paddles off to breakfast. She dines on fish and weeds. She finds that in the deep blue pond is all the food she needs. She doesn't need anybody to feed her. She feeds herself. Dimity Duck waddles. She toddles and she sings. Giggle gaggle goes her tail and whoosh go her wings. Frumpty Frog watches. He splashes in the pond. He waves a foot at Dimity, of whom he's very fond. So Dimity Duck has a friend called Frumpty Frog. They're both fun to say. Dimity Duck waddles. She paddles to his side. Splishy splashy go the two, playing seek and hide. What's another way to say seek and hide? Hide and seek, that's what they're playing. All day they play till Frog decides to hide beneath a pad. Dimity Duck can't find him and sniff, she's feeling sad. Do you see she's crying because she can't find her friend? Oh no, where did he go? Surprise! Oh good, I'm so glad he came back. Didn't leave her sad. Dimity Duck waddles. She dawdles and she dips. Dawdles means like wastes time, takes forever to do something. Do you know anybody like that? She showers her friend Frumpty with frothy, frothy drips. Oh, she's splashing her friend. I don't think he minds because he's a frog. Frumpty Frog giggles. He wriggles with delight. He bubbles and he babbles, but it's getting on toward night. Bubble babble, bubble babble. It's hard to say, but I like it. Dimity Duck waddles. She toddles and grows pale. Drifty drafty goes her head and droop goes her tail. I think she's getting very tired. I see yawning here and droopy tiredness. She throws her friend big kisses as the sun sinks out of sight. For Dimity and Frumpty, playtime ends with night. There they go. They're going back to bed. What a long day of play that was. I love those kind of days. Dimity Duck waddles. She gets into her gown. She makes her bed and plumps her pillows full of eiderdown. She's getting in her nightgown, getting ready for bed. Dimity Duck waddles. She toddles off to bed. Sleepy sloppy goes her tail. And look, she's reading a book about dragonflies and ponds. Sleepy sloppy goes her tail and snore goes her head. Good night, Dimity. And there she is. What a long, busy day for Dimity Duck and her friend Frumpty Frog playing at the pond. I like that one a lot. Now, the next story we have actually is a song. It's going to be on the board. And it's 5 Little Ducks. I'm going to turn this down just a bit so you can see better. There we go. 5 Little Ducks. So first, I have to set out my pond. And I have to set out my ducks. Let's count them together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And who's missing from this story? Mama Duck. All right, and you can have your hands be the 5 little ducks too. 5 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama Duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came swimming back. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama Duck said quack, 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 but only 3 little ducks came swimming back. 1, 2, 3. 3 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama Duck said quack, 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 but only 2 little ducks came swimming back. 1, 2, oh dear. 2 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama Duck said quack, 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 but only one little duck came swimming back. One little duck went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama Duck said quack, 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 quack. But then no little ducks came swimming back. Oh no. Why aren't they coming back? Where did they go? Maybe Mama Duck's not quite loud enough. Let's try it again. Let's try really loud. Can you quack, quack, quack with me really loud? Okay, here we go. Mama Duck said quack, 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 quack. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little ducks came swimming back. Good job, everybody. Yeah, I think they didn't hear her. Does that ever happen to you? That you're called to come back by your grown-up and you don't come back because maybe you didn't hear. So there we go. 5 little ducks. I really like that one. All right, well, before we say goodbye and stick around for the craft if you have picked up a craft bag, let's do another pond song called 5 Green and Speckled Frogs. Can you give me 5 frogs? Excellent, here we go. 5 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 4 green speckled frogs, blub, blub. Good job. 4 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 3 green speckled frogs, blub, blub. 3 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 2 green speckled frogs, blub, blub. 2 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there was 1 green speckled frog, blub, blub. What's left? Here we go. 1 green and speckled frog sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were no green speckled frogs, blub, blub. Good job, everybody. Excellent. All right, I will see you next week. And have a great day. Hopefully you get down to the ponds before it gets too hot and just to look around and see all the fun bugs and animals that are buzzing around the pond, making it a very busy place this time of year. And if you have picked up the craft, stick around. We're going to make a dragonfly. I'll see you next week. Bye. Okay, if you picked up a craft kit from the library, you're going to have this dragonfly spoon craft. You have some cool wings that are plastic. You have a spoon. It's going to be the dragonfly's body. We have some antennas. It's this pipe cleaner. We have 2 parts for the dragonfly's body. And we have some extra round sticky part and some rectangle shaped sticky parts, and we have 2 eyes. You're going to also need your glue stick maybe for the eyes. It says you can use these little guys, but I think they're a little too sticky. Let's see. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do first. The directions are here, so you can follow the directions. I'm going to put the antenna on first on the cup part of the spoon. Let's first fold our antenna in half like this. And then take the circle sticker and peel the back off of that. We're going to use that circle sticker to hold the antenna in place on the back of the spoon. Like that, okay? Then we're going to turn it over and we're going to use one of these long rectangle pieces. Now these are double-sided, so you peel both sides off and you put one of those on the spoon, and then you stick the wings to the spoon, to the back where the sticker is. See? Nice and easy. Then we are going to take these, oh, I guess these, oh, here we go, sticky parts, yep, double-sided sticky tape, and we're going to put those on these foam ovals. So I'm going to do the smaller one first on the top, because if you look at an illustration of a bug, an insect, they do have two parts to the main part of their body. Thorax, it's called, and an abdomen. Those are some science words. And so that it looks like that one part is bigger than the other. Okay, and then last but not least, we're going to put on two googly eyes. And those are just fun. I believe dragonflies are kind of like regular flies. They have eyes that are compound, so they see lots of things. All right. They don't have googly eyes for real, but that's okay. Put those on like that. And our dragonfly is complete. Oh, you could even add, if you wanted to, you could curl up your pipe cleaner antenna. If you want to do that, and make them go in different directions. And there you go. There you have your dragonfly. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.